What's up, guys? For this week so far, once again, I'm bringing us an SCP Foundation anomaly video. I'll be looking at SCP-715, My Face That I May Be. Um, Picture looked a little weird, they're kind of missing their faces. It's going to be messed up. Something bad's going to happen. But I feel like if you're not like an SCP that's like not trying to kill everyone and everything in some form or way, fashion, um, it's gonna be it's good. It's gonna be pretty bad. So I just gotta keep my expectations like that. You know, not many of these SCPs are actually gonna be friendly. So we'll just kind of just we'll just kind of roll with it. But I'm definitely excited for it though, because these videos are amazing. If you guys enjoy the reaction, you guys enjoy my content, please remember to like and subscribe, and also make sure you check out the original creator because the original video will be in the description. Like, subscribe to their channel. It means a lot to me. Let's get to it.
Saturday night, and a teenaged boy and girl are out on a date. They are strolling through a shopping mall with plans to see a movie later at the theater attached to the mall. As they walk through the mall waiting for their show to start, the girl spots something. It's a photo booth. She excitedly grabs the boy's hand and pulls him inside. They close the curtain, insert a coin, and the machine comes to life, snapping a series of photos. The two exit the booth, but both seem to be a little off. It's getting close to showtime, though, so they start making their way to the movie theater. Meanwhile, unbeknownst to the mall patrons, something is happening deep below the ground.
Oh.
The boy and girl exit the theater and walk arm in arm through the alley back toward the parking lot where the boy left his car. It's late now. The sun has long since set,
Oh my
and
gosh.
they're all alone. But they don't hear the footsteps behind them, or sense the pair of bodies that are following them, getting closer
Doesn't
and
happen.
closer. They get to the car. It's the only one left in the parking lot. And the boy takes out his keys to unlock the car.
Of course he drops
when
them.
he fumbles and
course.
drops them to the ground.
Of course.
As he bends over to pick them up, he finally sees who has been following them. It's them. A pair of doppelgangers coming straight towards them. They look exactly like the boy and girl, except for their faces, which are horribly distorted, with strange lumps and no eyes or mouths. They look as though they were a drawing of a face that was somehow smudged out. The boy quickly gets the keys and grabs the girl, dragging her away from the creatures, who are now reaching for the boy and girl, grasping and clawing at their faces as they try to moan through their skin-covered mouths. He gets the car unlocked, and both manage to get inside. As the creatures bang on the windows,
Holy
the boy starts
shit.
the engine and drives away, leaving the abominations behind.
The faces are still
Hi,
like
I'm Dr.
there's no
Bob,
motion on their faces
and
still.
this is SCP-715, also known as My Face That I May Be. SCP-715 is a take-your-own-photo brand photo booth, a product of the Sony Corporation made in the 1970s. This is a standard-looking photo booth, bearing a close resemblance to the many thousands of others that were in operation around the world at the time, with no anomalous visual characteristics at all. The only detail setting this machine apart from its countless brethren is a small metal tag, which has been added to the back of the machine at some point, but a significant amount of wear has made it impossible to read what, if anything, was ever stamped on the tag. SCP-715's basic operation is also not anomalous in appearance. It will only activate if an individual sits inside and inserts the required coinage, at which point it will take a series of photos, just like a normal photo booth. The photos will also appear normal, though often some will be heavily distorted and obscure the subject's face in various ways.
That's so weird.
What truly sets this photo booth apart, however, is what happens outside of the booth when the pictures are taken. While the individuals who had their photos taken, classified as SCP-715-B instances, are able to exit the booth with no obvious effects, below the mall, deep underground, something truly terrifying takes place. Underneath the mall is Site-81715, an extra-dimensional space which is accessible through a mall maintenance service door located in Sub-Basement 3, a door that does not appear on any of the mall's structural blueprints or in other records.
It popped
The
out of
site
nowhere.
consists of a giant cavernous room, which appears to have been hewn right out of the surrounding limestone. In the middle of the room is its most distinguishing feature, a large, deep pit. The walls of the pit are made of an unidentified substance, though it appears similar in both appearance and composition. to human fat tissue.
What the? What?
These fleshy walls
What? That's nasty.
secrete a powerful
What?
corrosive substance, which makes examination and exploration of
Ah.
the pit particularly dangerous. When SCP-715 is activated in the mall above, a humanoid creature classified as SCP-715-A will appear in this pit. The bodies of these creatures are similar in appearance to the individuals who had their picture taken inside of 715, but their faces are radically different. Each has severe facial disfigurements and abnormalities, such as large growths,
When's it they
deep
get you, man?
lacerations, and the absence of facial features. After appearing in the pit, these SCP-715-A instances will attempt to scale the fleshy walls of the pit and leave Site-81-715. These instances are considered hostile, and Foundation security personnel are authorized to neutralize
Oh, he
the
just lit
creatures
his
by
ass
any
up.
means necessary. Further research into how the
So they can get killed then. Interesting.
SCP-715-A entities are formed, and what exactly the pit is, are ongoing. And it's not currently known how many 715-A instances exist down in the pit. With the entities who were able to climb out of the pit able to be relatively easily neutralized by security forces, SCP-715 was originally classified as safe. It was contained at its point of origin within the mall in Ohio, and Foundation personnel posing as mall employees would collect the photos printed by the machine. However, following additional discoveries, this classification necessitated changing. The Foundation began noticing inconsistencies with SCP-715-B entities after a researcher tested SCP-715 himself by sitting inside and having his photo taken. Soon after, he began acting in ways that were considered strange, such as when he turned down a promotion to a prominent position with better pay and perks for seemingly no reason, and when he skipped a mandatory site inspection for reality-bending anomalies. After noticing these strange behaviors, a Foundation research head had an anomalous optical enhancement device placed in the oddly acting researcher's bedroom and learned a surprising truth about the SCP-715-A and B entities. The Foundation had been killing the wrong ones. The
Ah!
device.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh my gosh!
Which could remove anomalous reality-distorting effects from images, showed that the researcher was actually one of the creatures from the pit, with the telltale facial distortions. Following this shocking revelation, the research head used the same device on the creatures still inside the pit underneath the mall. They found that when the anomalous visual effects were removed from the distorted creatures who were trying to get out of the fleshy pit, that they were actually normal-looking humans. These SCP-715-A entities were the human beings who had entered the photo booth,
Oh
had
yeah,
their pictures
guys, sorry.
taken, and were somehow
YouTube Premium,
transported
man.
to the pit. They had been trying to escape their prison and tell the Foundation who they really were, but this only resulted in them being terminated by the on-site security forces. In order to fix
It's
this
dark.
mistake, SCP-715 was hastily reclassified as Keter, and SCP-715 was removed from the mall in order to be stored in a secure locker at Site-19. Research personnel were no longer able to access SCP-715 without special authorization, and study of the interior was limited to what could be done via remote drone use only. The Foundation began rounding up all known instances of SCP-715-B, who were now the ones subjected to immediate termination.
They have
Foundation
to.
staff did manage to interview one 715-B instance, though, who had been previously believed to be a fellow Foundation researcher. It is unknown exactly what the researcher doppelganger said in that interview, but it must have been extremely serious, as the end result was another complete change in protocol. All attempts to contain and neutralize instances of SCP-715-B would immediately cease, since if there were as many out in the world as the doppelganger claimed, then ultimately, it would better maintain normalcy and ensure the secrecy of SCP-715 if they were allowed to go free. Sadly, the same was not the case for the SCP-715-A instances that still existed down in the pit. The researcher doppelganger advised that it would be unwise to remove them from the pit, and the current Foundation policy is that down in the pit is where they will remain. Following this interview, SCP-715 was reclassified once again as safe. The photo booth was also moved again, this time to a maximum security storage locker at Site-81, and Foundation personnel have been prohibited from interacting with SCP-715-B instances at all. However, there is one more piece of information about SCP-715, and it is only accessible to those with proper security clearance. Another Foundation agent was found to actually be an instance of SCP-715-B
Another one.
and taken into custody for observation.
What the?
While under surveillance, it was discovered that this instance, classified as SCP-715-B7, was emitting low-level radiation that was somehow directed at Site-81-715, the location of the pit. During an autopsy of the creature, it was found that the radioactive emissions were actually increasing in output and frequency, and soon after, a power outage and containment breach occurred at the site where the autopsy took place. Following these events, the body of SCP-715-B7 disappeared, and video surveillance confirmed that several members of Foundation staff were responsible, all of whom had been involved in SCP-715 research. The staff members escaped with the body and left no other evidence behind, save for a single photo with the ominous text, "My ears that I may hear, my eyes that I may see,
That's
my
creepy
mouth
as shit.
that I may speak. Do not touch my face." No other information regarding SCP-715 has been found, and many questions remain. Just what are instances of 715-B, and what do they want? Are they some kind of hive mind colony that reproduces through the use of a
they're
mysterious
intelligent.
photo booth? What happens to those left behind in the pit, and what will they do should they ever get out? Investigations are ongoing.
Holy shit.
Now go and watch another entry from the file.
Well, shit. Once again, that was just another great video. I did not expect that twist. I know I don't talk too much throughout the videos, so I'm just kind of in shock trying to take in all this information. That is literally creepy. Holy shit. Like, I did not see that coming. Shit. So note to self, don't go in a photo booth. Just use some other kind of way to do it. If you see a photo booth you think would be fun, don't do it, or you'll be in a pit. Don't do it. That's the moral of the story here, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed the video, though, as much as I did. Again, check out the original creator in the description. Show him some love. If you guys enjoy my reaction, you guys enjoy my content, please remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.